You know, this time of the year makes me think of some very interesting stories, situations I did in my life and still do. One in particular reminds me, I was going to a circus in Newburgh, New York. Um, I don't know, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, whatever it was. And I was in line waiting to get in. Tents were set up, all that kind of stuff. And I'm in line and I see this little boy, little snot-nosed, little dirty-faced, and he was swinging on like the ropes that they have to keep you in line away from. Line ropes where the people march in almost like cattle. And this little boy was just there and sad-faced and all that. And I was going by him and I said, "Hey, little guy." Must have been about 10. He looked up at me, he said, "What?" I said, "You're going to circus, aren't you?" He said, "Yeah, I want to go, but I got no money." I said, "You got no money?" I said, "What are you doing in line? Or what are you doing here?" He said, "Well, I was kind of hoping." I said, "Hoping for what?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "Maybe I get a glimpse at the elephants or whatever when they come by or bring them in or whatever the case may be." Well, the story kind of got to me. So what I did was I was with a young lady at the time. I went into my pocket. I turned around, didn't see me, and I had a $20 bill, and I threw it on the ground. It wasn't snow on the ground at the time. It was cold. I guess November, December. And I said, "Well," I said, "you're going to need money." He said, "Yeah." So I said, "Well, how do you plan on getting it?" He said, "I don't know." So I said, "Well, let's see if we can find some." I said, "I'll be a son of a gun. Look at this. You're in luck, little guy." He said, "What?" I said, "Here's a $20 bill." He said, "Well, you must have dropped it." I said, "I didn't drop it." I said, "I saw it there." I said, "You want to go to the circus, don't you?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, why don't you pick it up?" He said, "Well, maybe it belongs to somebody." This kind of kid he was, a nice kid. I said, "Do you honestly think, young man, that somebody who picks up that $20 bill, whether it's theirs or not, are going to go looking for somebody? It's cash. They're going to take it. So, I don't know. I've got money to get in. You don't. Why don't you take it?" He looked at me, he said, "You think it'd be all right?" I said, "I don't see anything." I said, "I don't know why not." He took it. I said, "Why don't you get in front of me?" He got in front of me and got a ticket. He sat. I said, "Who are you here with?" He said, "Nobody, I just came by myself." I said, "Why don't you sit next to me?" My girl at the time. He said, "Okay." He called me Mister. I said, "Okay, Mister." We were watching the circus, and I see the popcorn guy go by, and I looked at him. I said, "What's your name?" He said, "Anthony." I said, "Anthony," I said, "don't you want some popcorn?" He said, "Well, I only have $10 left." I said, "Well, how much is the popcorn?" $4. I said, "Well, if you buy the popcorn, I don't know, you still have $6. I said, "Would you like it? I'll order it for you." So he ordered it. I said, "Give me the $10 bill." He gave me the $10 bill. I gave him back 6. I said, "You want something to drink?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "A soda, but it's expensive." So I saw the guy coming by hacking for sodas, and I said to him, how much is this soda? And I think he said $5. So I turned away from the kid and I looked at the guy and I said, listen to me, quietly. I said, that little boy has nobody, no money. I want you to do something. I want you to make him feel good. Tell him you're going to give him a soda. Tell him it's $2. I'll give you the $3. Don't let him see you. Just do what I tell you, please. And he did. And he said, sir, I said, stop calling me sir. I said, my name is Gabriel. He said, okay, Gabriel. He said, the soda's too much. I said, no, it isn't. I said, the soda's only $2. He said, no, it's not. I said, well, ask the guy. The guy said, yeah. He said, the soda's $2. So I gave him $2. I said, how much you got left? He said, $4. Had the soda. I'm watching, the elephants and three-ring circus and all. I was really enjoying. You could see his little eyes lit up. What did it mean to me? Possibly that I brought joy. Somebody who really had no idea. He wanted to go but didn't have the money. Maybe his mother and father, I didn't really get into it, didn't have the money, weren't working, or if they were, they didn't have the money to send them. And he still dreamed and believed. And I said, how about some cotton candy? Oh, he said, I love cotton candy, but cotton candy's too expensive, Gabriel. He said, I can't afford cotton candy. I said, why not? Guys going by, another one. They keep going by your aisle, and guy with cotton candy goes by. I said, how much the cotton candy? He said, $6. I said, do me a favor. Here's a $5 bill. Charge him $1. What? I said, tell that kid when he asks you if he wants cotton candy, just charge him $1. I'll give you $5. You want a cotton candy, Anthony? He said, yeah. Sir, how much for the cotton candy? He said, $1. I said, see, Anthony, you never know until you ask. So Anthony's eyes lit up. He had popcorn, he had soda, he had cotton candy. And he still had about $3 left over. I'm a grown guy. Got children that relatively at that point were going to college or getting ready out of high school. And I thought to myself, what is it all about? Some of us have so much and some of us have so little. I didn't really care that much, the fact of whether he knew it came from me or what or whatever. It didn't bother me. What really got me was the fact that I saw his little eyes light up, and he was as happy as a little clam. Happy as hell. He had his $3. He watched the whole circus. We got all done. I said, you going home? He said, yeah, I just live around over the back. I said, you want to walk? I'm going to take a walk. My friend and I were just going to go walk, take a look at the animals and all that. He said, would you mind? I said, no, I don't mind. And we walked around. We saw the tigers and this and that. We saw the elephants in their cages or barricades or whatever. And I don't know, I remember that time. A little guy that had nothing. That what did it take a man like me to do? I would have done it whether it was a holiday or not. It just happened to be close to the holidays, Christmas. And he went to a circus, saw the animals, had a soda, had cotton candy. When it was all done, he said, thank you, mister. I said, thank you for what? He said, I don't know. finding that $20 bill, I said, I guess I was meant to be there. I was lucky. Or you were. You got it. Look what happened. You got to see the circus. You got a few dollars in your pocket. You got cotton candy, soda. Saw the animals up close. Are you happy? He said, I'm really, really happy. I said, Merry Christmas. Anthony, Merry Christmas. Why am I telling you that? I don't know. I do it all my life. In some of the videos you'll see that I'll be telling because of the holidays coming up. I don't want to get into holidays conversations and Christmas just because. I want to tell you stories or show you videos of things that I did that happened to be during those holidays. And most of the time, not holidays. I just did it from the goodness of my heart. How much was that $20 bill to me? Could I have used it? Like anything else, we can always use it. But how much did it mean to him? He had nothing. He was a little boy. And like any other little boy, he wanted to see a circus but didn't have the money. And then lo and behold, he did. Was I a good guy? No. I was just a guy that maybe did more than what an average person might do, but that's what I do. That's what my videos are all about. They're not videos to make you cry. They're not videos to tell you stories. They're all things that happened to me in my life, each and every one of them. This particular one stuck with me. It really did. The kid felt great. I felt greater. I really did. Made my day, made my holiday. Why do I tell you that? It doesn't really take much, people. It takes a little bit of thought, a little bit of generosity, a little bit of feeling, a little bit of compassion. Again, I guess something I was taught, born with, learned, never forgot. Never forget your roots. Never forget where you came from. Never forget the old saying, there but for the grace of God go I. That little boy didn't have it, but that day, that night, he did. And I sure as hell made sure he did. He never knew it was me. I never wanted him to know it was me. A boy's smile, a girl's smile, a child's smile, they don't really care where it comes from. All they know is that it came. And for me, it made my day, my holiday, and I share it with you just because it doesn't take much. If you enjoy it, tell me about a story you may have. Write to me, and we'll talk. I'll answer questions, whatever. I think you'll find it very, very interesting, very unusual, something very different, and I think something we very, very, very much need in the world today. Spinning out of control, and little things like this, I think, make us touch down, keep our feet grounded, keep ourselves grounded. If you enjoyed, subscribe. Thank you for taking the time.